saw the notification on Emily's phone when she left it on the bathroom sink. I wasn't going to look. I swear I wasn't. But the screen lit up on its own, and I read it by accident. Help for the poor thing. 23 members. My stomach dropped. I opened it. The first message was from my sister Amanda. My sister's getting worse every day. She doesn't even have money to buy decent clothes. We'll have to start a fundraiser. They didn't know. None of them knew about the company I had quietly built over the past 3 years. None of them had any idea what was coming. But let me go back a bit. That discovery in the bathroom happened in the middle of my mom's birthday lunch, a neighborhood restaurant, the kind of place the family thinks is fancy but really isn't. You know the type. Red checkered tablecloths, the smell of chili mixed with beer, people talking loudly, a waiter who calls you sweetheart and writes orders on carbon paper. My mom loves that place. She celebrates her birthday there every year, 74 this time. I arrived late. My Uber took 20 minutes because I'd picked the cheapest option, the one that picks up multiple passengers on the way. I got out and saw everyone already seated at the big table in the back. My brother Daniel in a blue dress shirt. That kind of blue he thinks makes him look important. My sister Amanda in a floral dress, hair tied up, small earrings, always proper. Linda, Daniel's wife, in a sleeveless white blouse and sunglasses perched on her head even though we were indoors. And Emily, their daughter, 19, tapping on her phone nonstop, fake nails clicking against the screen. I sat at the end of the table. No one got up. Amanda waved. Daniel checked his watch. Linda gave me that look, up and down. I was wearing jeans and a striped Target blouse. Clean, but simple. Always simple. My mom smiled and held my hand across the table. I'm so glad you came, honey. She's the only one who's always happy to see me. Always. No matter what I'm wearing or where I come from. Daniel called the waiter and ordered for everyone. Steak for him, chicken parmesan for Linda, stroganoff for Amanda. When it got to me, I just asked for a basic plate. Rice, beans, and a piece of steak. Are you sure, Martha? You don't want something better? It's on me today, relax. He said it loud enough for the next table to hear. I know things have been tough for you. I smiled and said thank you. What else could I do? Amanda started. She always starts slow, with that voice of hers that sounds like pity wrapped in concern. Martha, have you thought about moving back in with Mom? You'd save on rent, have company. It'd be good for both of you. My mom looked down. I said I was fine where I was. But it doesn't make sense. You all alone in that tiny apartment, paying rent, and Mom alone in that big house. Then Linda chimed in. Martha, I set aside some clothes I don't wear anymore. There are some cute pieces. You'll like them. She said that while cutting her meat, not even looking at me. I thanked her again. Emily took a picture of everyone at the table, except me. She framed it just right so I was out of the shot, posted it on Instagram immediately. I saw her screen. Family lunch, love you all. 13 people tagged. I wasn't one of them. My mom noticed. She always notices. She took $200 from her purse and slid it under the table, into my hand. For you, sweetie. Buy yourself something you need. I took it, put it in my wallet. Not because I needed it, but because refusing would have hurt her. When I got up to go to the bathroom, Emily got up too. We went in together. She went into a stall. I washed my hands. That's when she left her phone on the sink. Unlocked. And that's when everything changed. The screen was still on. I looked toward the stall door. Emily was still inside. I picked up the phone. I don't even know why. Maybe because I already knew, deep down, you know? That gut feeling that something's off. You just haven't confirmed it yet. I confirmed it. I opened the group chat. Help for the poor thing. 23 members. I scrolled through the messages. Each one hurt more than the last. Daniel, 3 days ago. She needs psychological help. It's not normal for a 52-year-old woman to live like that. Linda, 2 days ago. I'm embarrassed when people ask about my sister-in-law. I don't even know what to say. Amanda, yesterday. Guys, we have to do something. She's getting more and more isolated, barely dresses, barely leaves the house. And then the bomb. A message from this morning, again from Amanda. Scheduled a family meeting Monday at 7 p.m. at Mom's house. Everyone must come. We're solving this situation with Martha once and for all. I froze. Monday, 3 days from now, 72 hours. They were going to stage an intervention. For me. As if I were some kind of problem that needed fixing. Like I was a child who couldn't manage her own life. I put the phone back exactly where it was. Emily came out of the stall, washed her hands, grabbed her phone, didn't notice a thing. Auntie, are you okay? You look pale. I said I was fine, went back to the table, ate the rest of my food without tasting a bite, stayed till the end. We sang happy birthday. I hugged everyone. Then I left. In the Uber back home, I started thinking. How did I get here? How did my own family create an entire group chat dedicated to pitying me? I remembered 3 years ago. I was 49, had worked at an event planning company for almost 20 years. Coordinator, good at what I did. Salary was okay. Not great, but enough. Until the company shut down. Economic crisis. No warning. Nothing. I was laid off with 15 others in a single day. My savings lasted 6 months. After that, I panicked. The family helped. In their way. Daniel lent me $5,000. Wrote it down in a little notebook. Morally charged me for it for 2 years. Martha, remember when I helped you when you were struggling? Martha, we're family, but money's money. I paid him back in a year, with interest. Still, he kept bringing it up. Amanda found me some odd jobs, cleaning, organizing closets. Things she knew I hated but I needed. And Linda? Linda gave me a Christmas basket, wrapped, with a bow, like it was a gift. That's when I met Nathan, an old college friend. We ran into each other at a cafe. He'd become a startup mentor, a business consultant, that type. We talked for 3 hours. I told him about the layoff, my family, that feeling of drowning. And he said something that changed everything. Martha, you've always been the one who holds things together. Cousin's wedding? You handled it. Uncle's funeral? You organized it. Sibling fights? You solved them. You have a gift no one notices. Family management, conflict resolution, succession structure. That's gold. Family businesses pay a fortune for that. I thought he was crazy, but he insisted. Proposed a partnership, a consulting firm. He'd bring the market experience and contacts. I'd bring the method. We needed minimal capital, $3,000. I had it, hidden from my family. I'd saved it quietly for months, and we launched. Foundation Consulting. His idea. I thought it sounded strong, real. At first, it was slow. Our first client took 2 months to show up, a small family business, a father, and 2 sons fighting over inheritance. We stepped in, structured things, mediated, saved the company. Fee, $15,000. I cried when I saw the deposit hit my account. Then came another client, and another, and another. Word of mouth spread. Within a year, we had 5 active clients. In 2 years, 8. Today, 9 permanent clients. Monthly revenue of $180,000. Net profit margin of 62%. Personal net worth, $2.1 million. Me, Martha, The poor thing. And no one knew. I hadn't told them. On purpose. Because I wanted to test them. I wanted to see how far their love would go. If they loved me poor. If they respected me without money. If they saw me as a person, or as a problem. I failed the test. They all did. And now, 3 days from now, they were planning to put me under, to control me, to fix a problem that didn't exist. But I wasn't going to wait till Monday. I'd act first. I'd show them everything. And it would happen on my turf. I got home and called each of them, one by one. First Daniel. I need you all tomorrow, Saturday, 3 p.m. It's urgent. He asked what it was about. It's about my situation, about the future. He sighed, the kind of sigh of someone who'd been expecting this. All right, Martha, we'll be there. I called Amanda. Same thing. Oh, Martha, I'm so glad you're taking this step. We just want to help you, you know that, right? I called Linda. She answered suspiciously but agreed. I didn't even bother calling Emily. I knew she'd come with her parents. I texted the address. 5th Avenue, number 2483, 18th floor. No one asked what that place was. They probably thought it was some social services office. Or worse, a therapist. I arrived an hour early. Took the glass elevator up, the kind where you can see the whole city as you rise. Walked into the office. Brianna, my receptionist, was already there. Dr. Martha. Everything's ready. Maple room set up, coffee brewed, water chilled. I thanked her. Went to the bathroom. Looked in the mirror. Put on the gray suit I'd bought last month but never worn. Light makeup. Nude lipstick. Hair tied back. I looked like someone else. No. I looked like myself. The real version. The one they'd never seen. I walked into the meeting room. A 10-foot dark wood table. Leather chairs. Projection screen on the wall. Huge window overlooking the city. Cloudy sky. Buildings everywhere. I took a deep breath. Counted to 10. At exactly 3 p.m., the intercom buzzed. Dr. Martha, your family has arrived. I told Brianna to send them in. I heard them in the hallway. Low, confused voices. What is this place? Did she say doctor? Martha isn't a doctor of anything. The door opened. They stepped in slowly, looking around. Daniel in jeans and a polo shirt. Amanda behind him, in a navy blue dress. Linda looking like she'd rather be anywhere else. Emily scrolling on her phone. They stopped when they saw the plaque on the door. Foundation Consulting. Partners, Martha Lewis and Nathan Carter. Daniel frowned. What is this? I was standing at the head of the table. They sat down, without saying a word, just staring. Thank you for coming. I know it's Saturday. I know you all have things to do, but this couldn't wait. Amanda started with that compassionate tone again. Martha, we're here because we love you. You know that. I raised my hand. I know. That's why you're here. Because I love you too. And because I need you to know the truth. I turned on the projector. First slide. Company logo. Full name. Business registration number. Founding date. 3 years ago. Daniel looked at Amanda. Amanda looked at Linda. Emily put down her phone. Is this a joke? Daniel asked. I didn't answer. Moved to the next slide. Client list. 9 companies. Daniel recognized 3. I saw his face change as he read their names. These companies. I know these. One of them is my supplier. I nodded. Yes, and I've been consulting for them for 2 years. Next slide. Financials. Monthly revenue, $180,000. Net profit, 62%. Personal assets, $2.1 million. Amanda choked on her water. Linda dropped her purse. Emily whispered, "Oh my God." Daniel turned red, tugged at his collar. "That's impossible." I clicked again. "It's possible. And it's real." I explained the methodology, calmly, clearly. I turn family conflicts into governance structures. I prevent companies from imploding. Like what almost happened to you, Daniel, back in 2019, when you and your partner nearly destroyed your business over ego fights. Remember? He blinked. "How do you know about that?" "Because I mediated it, anonymously, through an attorney. You never knew, but I was the one who saved your company." He went pale. I clicked to the final slide, a screenshot of the WhatsApp group. "Help for the poor thing." Enlarged. 3 meters wide on the wall, highlighted messages. "She needs psychological help. I'm embarrassed by my sister-in-law. Let's do an intervention Monday." I left it there, on screen. Giant, undeniable. I kept up the appearance of failure on purpose for 3 years because I wanted to test you. To see if you loved me poor, if you respected me without money. You failed, all of you. The silence was absolute. I looked at the clock, counted. 38 seconds with no one speaking, no one moving, just breathing, just the hum of the AC. Emily started crying softly. Daniel couldn't look at me. Amanda covered her mouth with her hand. Linda stared at the floor. And me? I stayed standing, firm, waiting. I took a deep breath, looked at Daniel first. "You lent me $5,000 and morally charged me for 2 years. Every family dinner, every call, every message. You found a way to remind me I owed you. I paid you back in a year, with interest, and you still didn't stop. You know how much I made in those 2 years? $4.3 million. I could have paid you back $500,000. I didn't. Because your constant reminders taught me something. Money without respect is charity, and I don't need charity from anyone." He opened his mouth, tried to speak. I didn't let him. I turned to Amanda. "You suggested I move back in with Mom, to save on rent, so I wouldn't be alone, as if I couldn't manage by myself. I bought an apartment last month, 3 bedrooms, paid in full. I didn't tell you because you've always believed a single woman is a problem, that a woman without a husband is a failure, that I needed help. I don't." Amanda started crying for real. Not that graceful kind of crying, the ugly one, the kind that comes from regret. I looked at Linda. "You offered me used clothes, out of pity. I've got some cute pieces, Martha. You'll like them." As if I were a charity case. "I could buy your entire boutique with what I have invested right now, but I still prefer Target. I prefer thrift stores, because I don't confuse worth with labels. I never have." Linda didn't say a word, just looked away. I turned to Emily. She was trembling. "You cropped me out of that photo yesterday. Framed it just right so I wouldn't show up. Posted, family lunch, love you all. 13 people tagged. I wasn't one of them. You know what's funny? I paid for your first influencer mentorship. Paid for it with a free consultation I gave your dad. He never told you, did he? I asked him to keep it quiet. Because I wanted to see. I wanted to see if you'd respect me without knowing. You didn't." Emily broke down. "Auntie, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I'm spoiled. I didn't know." I shook my head. "You're young. There's time to change. But you have to want to." I took another deep breath. Looked at my mom. She was quiet, just watching, her eyes full of everything. "Mom, yesterday, you slipped $200 under the table, so I wouldn't feel embarrassed. I'm going to keep that bill forever. Not for its value, but because it was the only gesture that came from the heart. No judgment, no pity, just love." "Thank you." My mom stood up, walked over, hugged me, tight. The kind of hug only a mother can give. Whispered in my ear, "I always knew you were strong, honey. I just didn't know you were this strong." I held her, closed my eyes, almost fell apart right there. But I couldn't. Not yet. Daniel tried to speak again. "Martha, I didn't know. If I'd known..." I cut him off. "Exactly. Your respect depended on my bank account. You only saw me if I had money. That's not love, Daniel. That's convenience." He stayed silent. Amanda wiped her face. "I projected my fears onto you. I'm the one who's afraid of being alone. I'm the one afraid of failing. And I dumped all of that on you. Forgive me, please." Linda stood up and left the room, without saying a word. The door shut behind her. Emily looked at me with swollen eyes. "Auntie, teach me. Teach me not to be like this. I don't want to be that person." I breathed in. "I can try, but you have to want to change for real, not out of guilt. Out of choice." I went back to the head of the table, placed my hands on the chair, looked at all of them. "You didn't create that group to help me. You created it to ease the guilt of despising me. There's a huge difference between helping and pitying, and you never understood that." I grabbed a folder from the sideboard. I'd prepared it in advance. I knew I'd need it. I opened it and pulled out a document. 5 printed pages. "I'm not cutting ties with you. That's not what I want. But if we're going to stay a family, it has to be on my terms. And you need to sign this." I placed the paper on the table. Daniel picked it up and read the title out loud. "Terms for remaining a family." He looked at me like I was insane. "You're serious?" "Completely." He started reading out loud. 1. The group Help for the Poor Thing will be deleted right now, in front of me. Amanda grabbed her phone immediately, opened WhatsApp, deleted the group, showed me the screen. Group deleted. 2. No comments about my appearance, my money, or my choices for the next 5 years. Daniel continued. 3. Daniel will return the $5,000. I don't need the money. It's symbolic. He swallowed hard. 4. Emily will complete 100 hours of volunteer work before asking me for anything. Emily nodded. 5. Amanda and Linda will attend family constellation therapy. I'll pay for it. Amanda agreed. 6. Family gatherings will be once a month, with an agenda in advance. No surprises. Daniel sighed. 7. Any relapse into judgment means 6 months without contact. He finished reading. Silence. You either sign or you don't. It's your choice. Amanda grabbed the pen first. Signed. Emily next, trembling, but she signed. Daniel stared at the paper for about 20 seconds, grabbed the pen, pressed so hard he almost tore the page. Signed. My mom didn't need to sign. She hadn't done anything. But she took the pen anyway and signed. I'm signing because I support you, honey. In everything. I put the document away, took a deep breath. There's one more thing. I looked at Amanda. You made mistakes, but you were the only one who truly apologized, without excuses, without explanations. And I know you're talented, administratively talented. You've been wasting it at that government office for 15 years. I want to offer you a partnership, 10% of the company. You'll be a minority partner. You'll work with me, if you want to. Amanda froze, looked at me, then at the others, then back at me. You're serious? I've never been more serious in my life. She broke down, cried in a way I'd never seen, the kind of cry from someone receiving something they don't think they deserve. I accept, Martha. Thank you. Thank you. I hugged her, tight, We start Monday, 8 a.m. Don't be late. 3 months later, everything had changed. Daniel returned the $5,000 in cash, came to the office, apologized again, and hired consulting for his own company. Paid $80,000. I accepted. Because it was business, not a favor. Emily started working at a women's empowerment nonprofit, completed her 100 hours in 2 months, posted on Instagram about her aunt who taught her humility. 17,000 likes. But the most important thing, she truly changed. Stopped posting shallow stuff, started posting purpose. Amanda resigned from her government job. Today, she's operations director at Foundation Consulting. Revenue's up 40% since she joined. She works 12-hour days and loves every minute. I wasted 15 years of my life being afraid to take risks, Martha. You saved me. Linda came back after 2 months, apologized at a family lunch, in front of everyone. The relationship today is cordial. No intimacy, but there's respect. And that's enough. My mom? She has coffee with me once a month, at my studio apartment. I never moved out. She asked why. I said I liked it there. It's mine. It's simple. It's real. I like this place better than any fancy restaurant, honey. And she meant it. I found out my family made a group chat without me. Help for the poor thing. They thought I needed saving. But what they didn't know was that I'd built an entire life without them knowing. A real one. Solid. Mine. And that life taught me the most important truth of all. Respect isn't begged for. It's earned. And sometimes, when necessary, it's enforced. Did you like my story? What city are you listening from? Let's meet in the comments. If this story touched you, you can support me by sending a super thank you so I can keep bringing stories like this. Thank you so much for the love. I can't wait to read what you think. On the screen, you'll see 2 new life stories I really recommend. There's much more content on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next life story. With love and respect.